I'm on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. You can watch us, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think as you watch us on YouTube and certainly, what is it, Facebook and all of the other social media platforms. As you can tell, technology is not my thing. But communication is. And today we have a lovely, lovely young woman who's an entrepreneur, a lawyer, and a world citizen. She's a global girl. She's lived all over the world, and I want you to meet attorney Anita Jennings. Hi, Anita. How you doing?
I'm fine. Good morning, Linda.
And thank you for joining us here on Chop It Up. You are such a dynamic and wonderful sister that I just felt that our audience needed to see you, hear you, and also, if you will, experience you through this broadcast. Can you tell me where are you from, Anita? Just before we get into all the things that you do.
Okay. Well, sometimes I like to refer to myself as a Southern Belle. I was born in Nashville, Tennessee. However, I was raised here in Detroit, Michigan. So I'm proud to be a Detroiter and a graduate from Mumford High School and U of D Law School as well.
That's fantastic. So you're from the Grand Ole Opry territory, which actually is beautiful. Have you been there?
Actually, no.
You gotta go. The hotel is magnificent. It's called the Grand Ole Opry Hotel,
Right.
and then of course the actual Grand Ole Opry is a facility like our Fox Theater, but much smaller.
Yeah, I never did a tourist thing. I go visit my family on my
yeah, I
dad's
know.
side. But you're right. I need to do that.
But it's fun.
Uh-huh.
It's a fun city, and the Grand Ole Opry Hotel has like indoor waterfalls, everything. I mean, it's like a big, huge family destination. You won't be bored if you're there,
wow.
so
Okay.
you will enjoy it. And besides that, Tennessee has fabulous food,
Oh, of course.
fabuloso food, and that's my weakness. So.
Mine too. My family, the Rogan family, they're known for their ribs. And
Oh,
that's,
really?
Yes.
So do you have the secret sauce?
Of course not.
Oh, girl, please. I'm surprised they didn't give it to you.
Well, I'm not a cook, but I love to eat.
But
I'm
since
not-
you're their baby girl, they write it down. You could show it to me because I'm a great cook.
Yeah,
and
I
I
will
love to cook.
Yes.
And grill as well.
Really?
I
Okay.
really do.
You have to
Yeah.
invite me over.
I'll be delighted to. No question. But okay, so you're a Southern Belle.
Yes.
And now you're a Northern Belle.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
And so you've been in Detroit. You went to high school here and the university here, University of Detroit. You said law school and became a lawyer. But that's just a little snippet. Tell me about your global travels and why you became a global citizen.
Well, I started my career with Ford Motor Company.
Me too.
That's right.
Were you a lawyer there?
No, well, I clerked there as a law student, and then I transitioned to human resources.
I was their third African American lawyer.
Wow. Oh.
For real. They had a girl from Virginia and Harry Gibson, who's their first black lawyer. He's in Detroit.
Okay.
I'll have to introduce you to him. You talk about smart. Oh my God. I mean, like blinding intelligence.
Really?
Yeah, and he's also a historian. He created a chart big as this whole wall of his family. He traced his family all the way back to their African villages and their slave
Right.
owners, and then back to Africa. He is brilliant,
Oh, wow. I would want to
really
do that
brilliant,
myself. Oh, wow.
and he's a great lawyer as well.
Hmm.
He and I co-counseled on a case once. It was wonderful.
Oh,
It was
I would love
wonderful
to-
working with him,
love
quite
to meet
frankly.
him. Love
So
to
I
meet
will
him.
definitely introduce you to
Absolutely.
Attorney Harry Gibson. I want to give him that shout out because
All
he
right.
was numero uno at what you and I know as FOMOCO.
Right.
Right, which is what they call Ford Motor Company.
Exactly. Some
Okay.
people say Fords. That
Right.
always
No,
make my
no, yeah,
back of my neck cringe when people say Fords.
Yeah, no. It's when I was with Ford for your information for our audience as well. Ford Motor Company, an American company, was the largest landowner in the world. I mean, they had, acres and acres and miles in England, in Brazil, in South America, all throughout the world, all over India, everywhere. It was Henry Ford, the original, who was really old, but really Henry Ford, the Deuce, who was the man. I mean,
Right.
and I remember meeting him. Actually, what we're talking about Ford, with Coleman Young. They were best friends.
Really?
You've heard a lot about Coleman and how hard hitting he was, how he cursed and didn't take any mess. Henry Ford was the same way. He was serious. He was a real corporate titan. Not like these,
Right.
panty waist people we got these days. They want to see what what this one says, what that one says,
Right.
and just try to rip off the company in terms of lots of money. And not Henry Ford to do so, and not Coleman Young. Neither they were real titans, real men for
Right.
real, in the real sense, who you could be proud of and who would protect and defend you at all costs. And they didn't give a damn.
Right.
It's what you thought about it.
working
That was the
person,
best part
yeah.
about it. I got my father says, listen, I say it all the time. I say I don't give a damn, and I mean it. So I just want you to know that
Yes.
Ford Motor Company was actually that kind of company, and it was that way because of Henry Ford II.
Yeah, Ford has that history of the reputation of being like a parent company. It's they take care of you. It used to say it's hard to get fired from there because they really want to work with you. And I had a good career there. But
Had back dealerships, the first to do that. FIMDA, the Ford Motor Company, African American dealership program, all of that.
Right.
Dealer
right.
program.
Exactly.
Dealer Association.
And it sent me overseas with my ex-husband at the time.
Okay, so you were in HR.
Yes, human resources.
Okay, what part of HR were you in with Ford?
I've served. I was in the business partner role. My first position was in labor relations in Norfolk, Virginia. So that was my first out-of-state assignment right after I graduated from law school.
Okay.
Really enjoyed that, and got down and dirty with the union in Norfolk, Virginia, and came back here.
You were talking about the UAW?
Yes.
Or other unions, because there's many unions
Right,
that are
right.
affiliated with Ford. Okay,
UAW,
go ahead.
Right, UAW. Worked midnights. It was.
You were the HR person for the midnight crew?
I loved it.
So you at least go to sleep a little bit, right? I mean, you didn't have that drama in the daytime.
Exactly, I can admit it now. But I got along with the union very well, and
they got along with you very well because of who you are and what you are.
Yeah. Just trying to be fair. Just listen to each other, and just do what's right. And so soon after I transitioned back to Dearborn and went to the manufacturing executive offices, became a business partner there. I was part of the Ford College Graduate Program, so it was an accelerated management program.
Oh, fantastic.
So I spent 16 months in Norfolk, then they brought me back to Dearborn. Then soon after, I got promoted to leadership level 6, which is the entry level management.
Leadership level
6.
6.
That's the entry level to
yeah,
management.
yes, I know.
Right. And so my career just took off from there. Worked in finance, and then shortly after I got engaged, and my ex-husband, he's actually the vice president of Ford. He's in purchasing. And
Good area.
And so his career took off after we got married. We would spend some time in Mexico.
In Mexico.
Yep.
What part of Mexico?
Hermosillo, Sonora Desert.
Okay, so you're a Spanish speaker now?
Sí,
Good.
poquito.
Petito. That works. Well, I like Puerto Vallarta and Acapulco, but those are
Right.
my spots.
But I used a little bit of it in Cancun. I just came back from Cancun a few days ago, so had a chance to brush up on my Spanish.
That was cool.
So we were in Mexico for almost a year. Then
Were you following his job, or was he following your
I was
job?
following his job.
Okay, so were you still with Ford then?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So they accommodated both of you, but they did that very, very well, better than any of the major automotive companies that I'm aware of. I mean,
Right.
they were special.
Yes. They took care of you.
Henry Ford and that team he put together didn't play.
Absolutely. They take care of you. And so we moved to Bangkok. We were there.
Bangkok, Thailand.
Bangkok, Thailand. Yep.
Okay, Thailand is where in relationship within your experience to the rest of the East China and Vietnam and everywhere. Tell us where you were. If you can, give us a geographical picture.
Well, we're close to Vietnam, and what's the name of that country? I'm drawing a blank right now, but Malaysia. So we're surrounded by all of the Japan, Korea, Cambodia. That's what I'm
Okay,
thinking of.
Cambodia is what you're next to, right?
Yes, Cambodia. So it's kind of central, as compared. So we were able to travel to all those different countries while we lived there, and we went to South Africa. It was the best experience of my life.
It had to be wonderful, and labor is so cheap there. You live like a queen
Oh my
on
goodness.
American salaries,
Oh
and
my-
King, your husband.
Right.
Yeah.
And we Ford took care of you. They pay for
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Ford took care of you. They pay for everything.
Right.
If you got children, they pay for the children's education. They pay for your living expenses. And you have a driver, like you said, you live like a king and queen over there, and you have services that really cater to you. So they want you to just show up for work,
Right.
and they take care of everything else.
What did you like the most about your internet? How many? First of all, how long were you in that global bubble that they
Right.
create, and how many years or months? And what did you like the most about it?
Wow. So we were there in total about 8 years between living in Bangkok, Thailand, and also Shanghai, China. And
Shanghai's a great city.
oh, it's beautiful, beautiful. However, I loved Bangkok more, but Shanghai was, just lots of people. And but for the most part, you just have a chance to be, explore and be adventurous, and just time to think about who you are and what you really want to do when you're
Oh,
not.
come on! Now, you excuse the expression. You can curse on this. So you were the shit. I mean, you got drivers and maids and servants
Yeah.
and money. I mean, real money, which is I remember last time I was in Hong Kong, one American dollar was 700. I mean, I'm sorry, 100 American dollars was 700 Hong Kong dollars.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I mean, it's
Oh
just
yeah,
a whole nother world.
we were living large. We were
I
living
mean-
large. We ate at the best places. The food was awesome.
Isn't it incredible?
The food was great. And that's where I got bit by the entrepreneur bug. And, it gave me a chance to really explore. Do I want to continue working for someone else, or do I want to work for myself? I had the opportunity to do that.
Well, they're
And think
very
about that.
entrepreneurial. Everybody over there is a
Everybody-
hustler. Everyone. I've been
it's
to all of
amazing.
those countries, Tokyo, all of them,
That's
and
right.
everybody is a hustler.
That's
the only
right.
thing that was troublesome to me was how small everything is. I mean, I remember going to a store like in Tokyo and then later in Beijing and everywhere else, and I'd pick up a garment, and Anita and I'd say, "What is this, a training bra?" And they say, "No, that's an adult bra."
Right.
And I tried to buy my father some shoes. He wears a 13. The biggest size was a 9.
Right.
They are such small people, and Americans are such
Oh
big
my gosh,
people.
you felt like
We are
you were
big
just
people.
huge,
Right, but you know why that is? A friend of mine told me, and I'll introduce you to him here in Detroit. He's in marketing. He's a University of Michigan, Ross Business School graduate. He's from Taiwan. And he says, "Linda, you Americans eat beef. We don't eat beef. They don't have cattle. They don't eat beef or ham, the kind of stuff that we, and beef has more protein than anything else.
that makes
And the
sense.
beef is what makes us tall and strong and everything."
Yeah, and their cattle didn't look big either,
No,
right?
no,
Right, they're
no.
not pumped up.
They're all
Yeah,
skinny,
they eat
skinny,
seafood
skinny.
and chicken.
Yeah. They have to eat anything other than, but beef is
And
what makes you strong. It makes
Yes,
you big.
big.
And I tell people when they're putting their kids on all this tofu, and all, I said, "Let me tell you something." And he told me to my face, he said, "All our people are small because they don't eat beef. You guys eat beef. That's why you're big."
That makes sense. That
So
really
yeah,
makes sense.
so I know what you're saying, but they're very genteel people. Other than what we see, obviously, from the Communist Chinese Party, the CCP, and what we're seeing now with President Xi,
right.
who's trying to take over the whole world. And he's doing it because we're so incompetent. We are just making mistake after mistake after mistake.
Yeah,
America, I mean.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
not
understand
black
what you're
people,
saying.
but
Right.
Americans. Right.
Exactly. We don't know where we are right now. We're fighting with each other, and all this infighting is not good for the country.
It's not just the infighting, it's the priorities that the country has established that are troublesome to me. But before we deal with that issue and we come back to you in Asia and the similarities in our background, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Chop It Up with attorney Linda Bernard on WJZZ, Cool TV, the absolute coolest station in the entire world. And it's going to be on the moon soon as well. So I can't wait. And my guest today is the elegant and beautiful attorney Anita Jennings, and she's going to tell you about all of her other stuff in just a minute or two. And I just want to say welcome again, Anita, and thank you for joining us on Chop It Up.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, back to the world. So you were in the Far East when it was good for Americans to be there, and when it was everybody was copacetic, so to speak.
Right. A lot was going on in Bangkok, Thailand. We were actually there during the coup. They had the military coup.
Okay.
And that was an interesting time as well.
But you were protected because Ford stepped up to the plate.
Yeah.
You guys had security up to Yang Yang.
And
they did not play.
No, we knew better not to go to certain areas.
Right.
And
if they came towards you, they were dead. They were just instantly. I mean, it was true.
Right.
The security the Ford Motor Company had for its executives was second to none.
Yes, and Thailand, they had their stuff together as well. I mean, it was a really crazy experience to see. You could be riding on the public transportation as well, which I like to do sometimes, and you would see the soldiers.
Oh, you mean you would leave your driver and get on the bus?
Sometimes they call it the
train or two.
The train.
Trains really.
And sometimes it was more convenient actually.
Yes, it is.
And you want to live, you want to be adventurous and see more, explore more than being cooped up in a car all the time with the driver.
Oh, listen,
I know I sound like
ladies and gentlemen, talk about a privileged, elite sister. This is her. This is she. Pardon me, not her. This is she.
I know.
Oh, you don't want to be cooped up in a limo, so you have to get out and be with us mere mortals, who ride the bus or the train. Listen to her.
Oh, but
you can tell she's a princess.
Oh.
She's a BAP. And for you, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know what a BAP is, you know what it is?
Black
American princess. A BAP. Right, that's what you are, a Black American princess. And that's a wonderful thing to be.
It is.
Thank God for your parents and for the choices that you made in your life that made you a Black American princess.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's fabuloso. One of my favorite.
So nice.
It's true. Okay, back to what you were going to say about Thailand, which I think is also a great country. I've been there.
It is. I just visited in January. Went to visit some friends, do a little business as well, and a lot has changed since COVID. But a lot was still the same. You get massages, you get,
for $2, right?
Hello. I mean, 90-minute massages for $20.
Mm-hmm.
It was and everyone's, it's professional, and
I would really like that every day.
I
would
did
like a real massage.
I was there for 10 days. I got a massage and a foot massage every day.
I would love that. I think it's so much healthier for your body to have somebody knead your muscles, knead your tendons, as opposed to we just use them in terms of walking or running or something. Right. But to have somebody do that gets rid of cellulite too. That?
Yes, I was.
It eliminates cellulite.
Shape of my life when I lived in Thailand.
I believe it
because the
food.
Yeah, I was. I have to. Yeah, I have to pat myself. I was looking pretty good.
You were a number one stunner everywhere you went there. Who is she? She has to be an actress. She has to be an entertainer in Detroit. Because you're bigger than everybody. Because you're tall. That's the first part. Yeah. So they're like, she has to be somebody.
Yes, but
and you are.
The food was, and like I said, I was in the best shape of my life, because they do things very different. They go to the grocery store every day. They don't keep frozen
Same
food.
thing in Europe.
Yeah.
Same thing in Europe. My aunts are all Austrian, and they would go to the market every morning. They get their fresh meat,
fruit,
fresh everything.
Meat,
go back home and cook. How could you do that every day? I don't know how. They would walk. Walk to the market.
Yes.
Walk every day. She would walk to the market.
Yes.
She talks to me about it all the time. Yeah. Everything was fresh.
Yes, and then the elders,
hamburger ground that for you at that moment. Everything.
The elders, I had a fitness partner. We would get up every morning, and I would bike to the park, and the elders, all ages, out every morning, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Tai Chi, running. There was this older man. He must have been in his 80s. He had a tire and a rope tied around his waist, and he was running past us. And he had to be in his 70s or 80s. I mean, they really
increasing his endurance.
Yes, and they really take their health seriously. And so, I used to.
And guess what else? When I tell all my friends, all the Negroes that I know who I don't eat pork, I said, let's go ahead. Everybody that's 100 eats pork. Everybody who's 100 years old in the world eats pork. So quit with this. It's not healthy for you.
Exactly.
Give me a break. Nothing's better than bacon and ribs and a pork roast. And I mean, it is good. So I tell them all the time.
Right.
That man eating pork every day. Right.
China, yes. Thai, yes. Mm-hmm. That is a staple. That's a staple in their community. Yes. Correct. So but they have a balance. Like I said, they eat their fresh vegetables too. And they share their food. Mm-hmm. It's just so I learned a lot. Did
you like noodles a lot? I'm not a noodle person. I like rice.
I like both.
You really got into noodles. I never got into that.
Yes.
When I was there, I haven't gotten into it in the United States either.
Really? Oh, I love.
I go
noodles.
to they have these noodle bowl places. Asian bowl to eat. Mm-hmm. Then it's all noodles. Mm-hmm. First of all, it's frustrating. Because you got to fight. I don't like to fight my food to eat. Because when I'm ready to eat, I'm hungry. I want to eat. Right. And I don't want to. I got to twist it and turn it and watch it fall off.
So you don't eat spaghetti?
Oh, I do. But I eat that right. But their noodles are different. Some of them are
the
big,
rice noodles. I don't like rice noodles. Egg noodles are still the best.
I still like egg noodles.
But they have a dessert over there. First time eating rice as a dessert called sticky rice. Coconut and mango. Okay. So delicious.
It sounds good.
Oh my gosh. It seems strange.
I eat sticky rice too. Yeah. I mean plain sticky rice. I like that.
Yes. Plain sticky rice. Yes. With pork.
Yeah. With pork.
Yes.
Right. And I lay people low about it. It's that healthy. It's going to give me a break.
Oh, my God. And you can eat like that, and you could still be in great shape. They had this dish called somtom. It's like papaya stuff.
Everybody's not driving everywhere. We drive to the corner.
Right.
The liquor store is 5 houses down. I drive down there.
Exactly.
I sit my fat ass in the car and drive to the liquor store.
Everywhere.
Right.
We trying to look for the closest parking space to the door.
Always. Don't you can forget about that parking way out and walking in. No, that isn't working for me.
No, it was just amazing. So I said I was in the best shape of my life and just really enjoyed every minute of it. I learned how to salsa dance when I lived in Bangkok, Thailand.
Oh, were there Spanish people there?
Oh yes, all different cultures live there.
But
it's
what
like
made you decide on salsa?
Well, I always liked to dance, and I've always liked Latino music. And
you like Latin music?
Yes.
I do too.
Love very sensual, very
Latin singers,
sexy.
Latin lovers. Yes. It works well.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So it was just wonderful. I met, wonderful people. My instructor was from Colombia. And so I learned over there, and recently I just picked it back up and I've started competing.
Salsa?
Yes, competitively. Yes.
Where are you competing?
Well, the first competition was in Florida in December, and so my dance instructor here, he's kind of introducing me as a newbie. So I won that competition in Florida.
Yay! Miss Salsa.
I know. It's
Miss Black Salsa. I love it.
So I'm trying to get better. We had a competition last month.
Here
over
in Detroit?
Yep, at Dearborn at the Henry.
Okay.
At the Henry Hotel.
Right.
And so I came in first and second place in all of those competitions.
Really? Who's your partner?
His name is Sherrod and Glosson, and he's a champion himself.
Is he Mexican
or
black? He's black. So he taught himself. Good for him.
Yeah, well, he went. He graduated from the Arthur.
We are very talented, Dan. We're very talented. Period. But as a people and as a community, there's nothing we can't do.
We can't do exactly
if we're exposed to it.
Exactly.
We will do it and we will master it. And you see that right now with football and everything. All the quarterbacks are black. Same thing in baseball. It's just amazing.
Yes.
How gifted God has been, gifted us as a community, as a people.
Exactly.
To do the things that make people happy.
And that's how we stay young
and that make joy.
Exactly.
And I think about that all the time. And they, we have all these people that make bombs and nuclear weapons and this and that and the other. And all they do is peddle death and destruction.
Exactly.
And what do we peddle joy? We can bat that ball, hit that ball, dance that to that tune. We can do these things. We can do it.
Exactly.
And it makes me very proud as an African American woman because of the fact that we bring joy. We may not make nuclear bombs, although some do. I know one guy. We do everything, but what we predominate in are the things that bring people joy.
Exactly. Yes.
It's so marvelous.
That's a very good point.
We're not part of death and destruction.
That's a very good point. Yeah, and we're always looking for to find the good.
Right.
and,
Right.
and be happy and joyous,
Right.
even in our turmoil.
Which are what good people in the world do.
Right.
But then there are those people that only want to do death, destruction, weapons, this, that, the other. You know.
But yeah, we like to entertain each other.
We love it. And we're good at it.
And we're good
Damn
at it.
good at it. That's why Rihanna turned out the Super
Right.
Bowl. Pregnant. They stomach everything. Didn't matter.
We love that.
Yeah, we're great at it.
We love that.
We are just the best. Which goes back to what you're saying about what you were doing with dancing and everything. So you started salsa dancing in Asia.
In Asia,
of
right,
all
of
places.
all places.
Of all places, right. Who does this, right?
I never thought that, but it's a huge community. And all different backgrounds dance. Asians,
It's
African.
a melting pot.
It's a melting pot. You know, it's a place where people come enjoy. You know, no one's fighting, nowhere
No, they
stepping
don't
on.
allow
You
it
know,
either.
it's just right. It's just coming together. And
Singapore, you
enjoying
can't
and-
spit on the street. That's a fine. You're in jail 15 days.
Yeah, they don't play.
Everything is clean. That's the best part.
Oh yeah, I went to Singapore is very clean.
Yeah.
But kind of boring. I didn't enjoy it as much as Bangkok, but I only visited, so I'm not sure. But
But you know, you have to like in Singapore and so forth. I mean, in addition to the fact that you can go to jail for spitting on the street or throwing out a paper gum wrapper. There's no littering. I mean, zero minus zero.
That's very clean.
It is, and of course, if you do something that's more serious, that we would consider serious, like somebody grabbed your purse, took your wallet,
Right.
then you get flogged.
Flogged.
15, those 15 with that big whip. It's not a whip; it's a cane.
Yeah,
that's
bamboo
like
stick.
soaked.
I think it's bamboo. Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, and no, but it keeps order in their society, which is amazing, and it makes it safe and comfortable for everyone that's there.
You wonder why people want to still come to America, where it's just killing and it's just.
Well, I'm a police commissioner in the city of Detroit, and today there were 5 people shot. I was I was getting ready to call it, see what the department had put on, because we have police radios and a badge, all that stuff. 5 young people. Guess what they shot each other about? Are you ready for this, my sister? A pizza.
No.
Would I lie? The fight was about a pizza, and everybody pulled out a gun. 5 people got shot. Who does this? I think one got killed, but 5 people got shot
Oh my gosh.
because he probably just bled out, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's just.
I mean, why can't we just argue and cuss each other out? You know, maybe just act a fool. But what do you got to pick up a gun for, which is, you know, which devastates the human body, because one bullet, it makes all your organs in your body go to try to heal that wound. Your heart is compromised. Your lungs are compromised. You think it's a wound, but it isn't. It's in my arm. But all my internal organs are compromised by that bullet. I did a study on this.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's amazing. It's not just a wound to the shoulder or to the arm.
Right.
Everything, your heart, everything, your kidneys, everything is
Kicking
involved.
the high gear to.
Yeah, everything is because they're all trying to compensate
Right.
for what's happening, and that's how you die. You can die from the bullet
That's
right
true.
here.
Yeah.
No big deal. The
Yeah.
brain is functioning. Everything is compromised through a bullet wound. The
It's
whole
embarrassing, to a certain, it's embarrassing.
Did you hear me?
especially when
Pizza.
You
Pizza.
when you hear, I mean, these, you.
Why not
I
just
never-
smack the person or
Right.
hit the person or pick up this computer and knock them up? Do something, but don't use a gun, dumbass. You know.
And my family, before we moved to these different countries, was, oh, why would you go over there? Blah blah blah. It's safe. It's safer.
It's beyond safe.
I never saw anyone in Bangkok, Thailand, walking down the street with a gun.
Oh, you
in
ain't got to worry
Shanghai,
about
China.
that.
No,
but
you
wait a
can't
minute.
even have a gun.
You know how I knew that I was in a whole different culture, in Tokyo, on my mother and my father, when I saw vending machines on the street. No band around them to keep them from being stolen.
Right.
Nothing covering where you put your money. That's how I knew how safe it was. When you put machines that don't do anything but accept cash
Right.
on the street. Nobody's watching them. There's no band around them,
Right.
locking
No
them to the
chain.
building or
Right.
chained to the building. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's unbelievable. And then on the morning, you're a shop owner yourself, so you're gonna love this. So I'm gonna give you this idea. Every morning, they get up before the shop opens, and they're out there with a broom, washing the street with
Right.
soap and water. There's a bucket. And they're washing the area in front of their store. I said, you go.
Yeah.
I loved it. I
Yes.
mean, it's so clean.
So clean. Yeah.
So clean. It's
Yes.
unbelievable. And as I've already said, in some of those countries, it's a major offense just to throw a gum wrapper on them. You can't spit out gum. You can't spit. you better get you a tissue and put it back in your bag.
I never felt unsafe during the coup in Thailand.
I can believe it.
And here, you know, you can get shot in a Walmart. You get shot. It's amazing now. You can get shot anywhere. You're not safe anywhere.
Yeah,
And
because people use guns so carelessly.
liberally, yeah, just
So carelessly.
mm-hmm.
I don't understand it. But anyway,
Yep.
so we didn't get. You're not going to get shot over there. That's for sure.
Right.
You might get flogged, and you better keep yourself to yourself. You can't be acting a fool. They don't
Right.
allow that. You are gone. I mean, you're taking away. Pew. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like
don't wanna mess
abracadabra.
around over
Right.
there.
You don't mess around.
don't want to mess
You
around.
don't do anything.
You don't want to smoke no weed. Anything.
Oh heck, no! You better. Oh, not even think of it. Right?
No.
It wouldn't even occur to me. Right.
Right.
But they got lots of alcohol.
Alcohol.
Woo!
Yes.
They can drink.
Yes.
They can really drink.
Drink, and surprisingly, you know, Thailand, Bangkok, maybe not surprisingly, but they really cater to men. You
Yes.
know, because of the military.
All the geishas,
Yes.
all the girls are like geishas. They wear those bright silk dresses that are like a sheath with a split on the side
Yeah.
and heels that flip off with the toes out, with the heel out on the end, and they flip. They don't have an ankle strap or anything like that.
Right.
They just flip. They're just all geisha girls. They're all trained from a very young age to please men.
Yes.
It's disgusting.
Yes, it is. You know, women, we get no love when we lived over in Bangkok. It's all about the men.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
It's, you know.
But that's how they make all their money.
Right.
Those girls, they cater to everything a man wants.
Absolutely. It's amazing.
It's irritating as hell. And I know a couple
matter
of them
what you
here
look like.
who have been with black men and stuff, and I call them geishas. They're married to them, and that's how they look. They still got on that silk dress with the bright colors, flowers and crap on,
Right.
you know, fitting. They're not even cute, and those shoes that just fall off your heel with the toes up. I mean, it's just amazing. I'm like, get a break. You're married to a rich man, and you look like that.
Right.
What is wrong with you? Speaking of that, one of the best dressed women I've ever seen in my life was in Hong Kong, and we were at a hotel. She got out of her Rolls Royce, this big, mind you, about 4 feet, 5 feet tall, and you and I would have towered over her.
Right.
You know? She got out the car. They took the keys to her Rolls Royce. She walked in. She had a purse about the size of this clock, ladies and gentlemen, right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's when really little purses really weren't that going like they are now. They're small now. I can't deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
I have to. My sister says I don't carry a purse. I carry a satchel, and that's true. But anyway, purse the size of this clock, and in it, that's when I learned what really rich women do. In her purse, she had $10,000 in American cash, just cash, hundreds, which is, you know, which is class. You know, it's only 10 to 1,000, so she had 10,000. So she had 10 little stacks,
Right.
which you wouldn't even notice. And she had a platinum American Express and a black American Express and a black Visa. That's it.
That's it.
Whoever had put her face on and her clothes, she was elegant beyond elegant.
Right.
But that's when I learned, and they told me over there, they always know American women that don't have a lot of money because we have a big bag like me. You're right. I have a great big purse full of everything but money. But money. Because when you are really rich, you don't need anything but those 2 cards and $10,000 in cash.
Right.
Always $10,000.
And maybe somebody
Minimum
else is
10,000.
carrying it for you.
Right. You have always $10,000
Right.
in cash. And you're elegantly attired. None of that geisha look.
Right.
You know, she had on a gorgeous silk pantsuit, you know, certainly diamond earrings, just elegant, just classy, because women with real money are classy.
Right.
And obviously she was from her black Rolls Royce to everything else. But the steering wheel on her was as close as this microphone to me. How could she even drive? But she was so short. You know, there wasn't anything else she could do.
Yeah,
They're so
over
tiny.
There,
and you and I just tower over them.
Oh my God,
we tower over them.
You felt like you was like 600 pounds, right?
I could put her in my lap.
Yeah,
you sit in my lap.
Yes, even the men. A lot of the men were.
Yeah, no, they're little too.
Tiny too.
Yeah, they are tiny.
Yeah,
tiny.
but they're
in
enjoying
every sense
their
of the
money.
word.
Yeah, they're enjoying their money. You know, living in Thailand and in China, you could see that the wealth are really enjoying their money. I've seen some of the fastest and unique cars living in China.
Oh,
and so they're enjoying
yes, they
their
are.
come up.
and they know how to stay in their place. They're very, solicitous, very humble in terms of their ability to serve you and doing all this kind of stuff. The only problem I had, and then I want to talk about what you're doing here now. The only problem, and I tell every American this, if you're going to Asia, even here in the United States, because we have a large Vietnamese community here, a large Asian community, that their whole personality changes when it comes to money. Because this is a fact. I bought some pearls, and then the next day I said, I don't need these. I'm gonna take them back. When I went back to the store, it was like a Dracula on the other side. They do not want to release a dime.
No.
That they have. You cannot return anything. You cannot have a conversation. They get mean. I mean, really mean. Even those in Hawaii, I had that encounter there. About, how you out and you just, I'm going to buy a bracelet and I'm going to buy this and I'm going to buy this ring. And then the next day you say, shoot, I shouldn't spend this thousands of dollars on this mess. Let me take this back. Hell no. Not even in Hawaii.
Right.
Asians do not let go of a dime.
Nope,
I don't care where you are. In a restaurant, you pay even a carry-out. Oh, hell no. You could get something else, but you will not get that money back. You will never get a dime that you hand them back. Was that your experience as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Anything.
They can flip the script on you. Be the nicest people in the
world.
world.
Oh, my God, when you're spending your money. And then they turn. They're Dracula on the other side.
Yeah, they can't accept.
It's shocking to Americans because we're used to buying stuff and returning stuff.
Returning it, exactly.
Yeah, if we don't like it and we haven't used it, But that doesn't exist over there. Once they get your dollar, it's gone.
That's it.
And
no
I'm
matter
not
what
letting
it
it
is.
go.
Exactly.
That's the way they
Exactly. Now they don't understand anything you're saying.
And see, you're doing that now because we've talked a lot about you and the law and you and and Asia and so forth. And ladies and gentlemen, again, you're watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the entire world, headed by a wonderful, wonderful man by the name of Mr. Pennsylvania, Roger Pennsylvania. You can watch us, listen to us on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all of the social media platforms, and we're a global show. So your friends in Thailand and everything can see you right now if they tune in. Back to my guest, attorney Anita Jennings, who, in addition to being a lawyer and obviously a global citizen, which I love to say and I'm so proud of you for that, is also, as she said earlier, an entrepreneur. She has a shop.
Yes.
Right here out in Birmingham, right there in Birmingham, Royal Oak, Birmingham, right across the street.
Yep.
Right. That she's going to tell you about. Why don't you tell me about this place called My Refined Resale and Boutique, which I've been to incidentally and bought stuff from.
And that's how we met.
That's correct. I was a customer.
Yes.
But she's a good person. If you give her some money and then you change your mind, you can take it back.
Absolutely.
She didn't adopt the Asian culture.
Absolutely. That's how you keep customers. That's how you build loyalty.
It's customer service.
Yes,
I agree.
absolutely.
Okay, tell us about your entrepreneurial venture and how you did it, because you're a lawyer. You had nothing to do with goods and products.
Absolutely.
So tell me about it.
Well, actually, I had a fitness gym that I owned in Novi. It was a franchise.
What was the name of it?
My House Fitness.
My House Fitness.
Okay. Is a personal training facility and franchise out of Florida.
You know how to be a personal trainer and stuff?
I was a personal trainer. Yes.
You never told me that. You have so many talents. This is good for men to hear because they like that personal trainer stuff. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah. So
especially the athletes.
Right.
Football players.
Yeah, so I really I had got I was in did a lot of things in Thailand that helped groomed me for coming back here and being an
entrepreneur. So you became a masseuse in Thailand?
No, not quite. Maybe in private, but not quite.
Okay, for your husband. I gotcha. Okay.
But I became a fitness trainer. I owned a gym. I did that for a few years, and one of my clients came in with this beautiful fur and came to the gym.
Wait, but just before you tell me about the fur, what does a fitness trainer do?
A fitness trainer is a person that is in charge of every aspect of your fitness, in terms of your diet, and mainly your training in the gym. Normally you offer your services as a one-on-one or as a group trainer. and you help people to learn how to exercise properly and with due care, because a lot of people don't know how to operate machines, don't know how to operate weights and things of that sort. So a lot of people go to personal trainers to make sure that they're doing things properly, as far as how to build weight.
And that's expensive. Personal trainers are expensive. I always wanted one, but I don't have one. But anyway, how much are they an hour?
It can range for as low as $90 and up, depending on what type of program that you want to be involved with.
And it's based on it's an hourly cost. Correct?
It's an hourly cost, absolutely.
Unless you're doing a class, and then the whole class has the same fee.
Exactly.
What kind of classes did you conduct? And then I want to talk about fashion.
Sure.
Go ahead. But I'm interested because I need to do this, so that's why.
Right. So, one-on-one training involved everything from cardio to actually strength training with weights. And we did stretching. So when you become a personal trainer, you actually learn almost on a doctor level the entire body and how many bones, the muscle groups.
Do you have to take a test?
Absolutely. Yep.
Who conducts the test? I mean, is it the state or is who?
No, there's different professional organizations that accredit you and give you your certification.
So you did all that. You're a certified personal trainer.
Mm-hmm.
So you're the real deal Holyfield. I got you, my sister.
Yes.
So you can make all of us look better and feel better.
Including myself.
If I'm a working. If you were still doing it,
right,
but you're not doing that anymore.
Right, I'm not doing it. Yeah.
Okay, now tell us about the My Refined Resale and Boutique.
Yeah, so like I said, my client came in and she had this beautiful fur. I asked her where she got it from.
This was a woman you were working on.
Yeah, she was one of my clients.
Okay.
And she said, "Oh, my mother owns a resale shop, and actually she's thinking about selling it." I was like, "Really?" And so I went and met with her, and I just fell in love with the store. I fell in love with everything about, again, having my own business. I love fashion. I love these are all the. So the thing is, everything that I love doing has transitioned it became part of what I do for a living, whether it was, being a fitness trainer or now owning my own retail shop because I love fashion.
Before you bought that shop, your shop, and that was the name, My Refined Resale and Boutique.
Mm-hmm.
There was a white couple then on the white man that I dealt with there.
Yep.
And he had a coat. This was at a time when the recession, not even that long ago actually. He had a sable coat. I don't know if you remember it. Sable is like a light, sort of burnished brown. Like a $50,000 coat. Because sable is the most expensive skin you can have.
Mm-hmm.
For like $5,000, and I tried it on, and I really loved the coat. It was a sable coat. He was getting ready to go out of business, and he had decided, and some lady really had to put it there like on consignment, and she needed money, and he said, "Linda, I'll sell this to you for $5,000." I said, "This is unbelievable," and it was unbelievable at that time for me anyway, because the recession had hit everybody really bad, and I couldn't buy the coat. So that was my introduction to your shop until I met you, the elderly white guy.
Yes, so they owned it, and then the lady I bought it from, she was a black-owned.
Really? So he sold it to a black lady?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
It to. Yeah, her name was Mary Ann, and so she held it for 3 years after she bought it from them, and then I met her and I bought it from her. Since that time, they mainly dealt with selling pre-owned furs and pre-owned goods, products, and shoes, accessories, handbags,
jewelry, everything.
Since I took over 3 years ago, I've now transitioned to selling new items as well, new furs, new clothing items, accessories, handbags. And specialize in one-of-a-kind pieces, especially with furs. People come to my store because they know they'll find something there that they won't likely able to find anywhere else.
That's correct.
And I have wonderful consigners that bring me beautiful things, and now I've gotten into the business of actually purchasing new items as well. I've purchased few items, so no one can come in and buy the same thing.
How do you price the things that you're getting from consumers who want to sell their furs, their jewelry? And many times this is top notch fashion jewelry, like Chanel pieces. They're not solid gold, but it's a Chanel.
Absolutely.
So that's the point. How do you decide what the price. And then you mentioned Las Vegas and the magic show too. Can you tell us how that all ties in?
Sure. So with consignment items, the customer or the consigner brings in their item. They tell me sometimes they know how much they pay for something, or they're looking to get out of the sale of the product. And so just it's a general rule that 20% of what you paid for something was what you may be able to get from the sale of it.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
I'm sorry. So whatever you pay for the item, say if it was $1,000, the general rule is 20% of the $1,000 is likely what you can get back from the sale of that item. Yes,
Really?
Yes.
Only so you lose 80%. Almost choked.
I know.
You lose 80% of the value. 80%.
Yeah, it's just like driving a car off the lot. As soon as it depreciates, only things that really kind of maintain their value is highly unique pieces, or like a Chanel or certain brands that carry that mystique and exclusivity.
But furs too, 80%. You pay $10,000 for the coat, then it's only worth $2,000.
Well, again, people come to resale shops looking for a bargain. So if they don't want to go and pay anywhere close to what you can pay in the regular resale,
right? They're going to Saks or somewhere,
right? So that's the business that we're in when you're in a resale consignment business. But you can still make money is when you have things that are exclusive, and sometimes you can still demand top dollar when you have things that no one else has, and that's something that my customers really value in terms of boutiques of like mine that carry things, vintage pieces, things that are no longer available in the market, and not surprisingly, in boutiques like mine, the quality is a lot better. Now that you go to the malls and things of that sort, the quality is not the same.
Yeah, you can look at them and tell.
Yeah, the quality is not the same. So
like
people,
it's a skunk coat or something, or a squirrel coat, something ridiculous.
Yeah,
I've seen them.
The furs that were made 50, 40, are better constructed than
That's
furs
correct.
and things that are made today. And
Many of it
unfortunately,
was handmade.
China has now got their hand in stronghold in the fur market.
I thought Korea was the one that was bad. That's where I wanted to go to buy some new coats.
Right.
I was going to go to Korea, South Korea. Pardon me. I can't go to North Korea. Right?
Yeah, but no, China has once they have devalued it quite a bit, unfortunately.
Really, they've got mink farms. They don't have any of the rules that we have. You can't kill animals anymore for their skin. It's ridiculous.
And they may be mixing.
That's why they want to get rid of cows. Give me a break. If I want a leather shoe, I want a cow. What the heck? Americans have just lost their rabbit ass mind.
Right.
Quite frankly.
Right.
What do you mean you can't kill a cow and eat the beef, and you can't have the skin? You can't do it.
Right.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So, but the fur market is still very strong. I mean, you have some big competitors that have gotten out of it, but boutiques like mine and other boutiques, it's here in Detroit. We still love to wear.
Let me tell you something. let me tell you something. And our listeners, listen loud, listen clearly. Do not try that Petra stuff with a black woman, which is the pet association, wearing a fur. You spray paint on my coat, it's your ass.
Yes.
It's just that simple. I'm gonna try to kill you.
Exactly.
Don't you dare.
Don't
you even think it.
Don't.
All that mess they be doing in Chicago when they walk up to you in your fur coat, gonna spray paint on it. I'm gonna spray you.
Right.
You're gonna be blood and guts everywhere.
Everywhere.
Right.
Don't play that. Don't do
Uh-uh.
that.
You don't mess with something that I got on my body.
Of all backgrounds, black, white, we all still wear our furs.
Right. Black women in particular don't play that.
We don't
You
play
can
that.
believe that.
Don't play that.
You talk about a race war, it's gonna be one.
Right.
You
right.
put some paint on
and
my
as
coat.
long as you eating beef and other kind of, don't talk to me about
right.
cruelty
Don't
to
look.
animals.
You can do what you want to do, but
Right.
don't mess with mine.
Don't-
I'm telling
don't.
you right here, right now. It'll
we
be
work
on
too
it.
hard.
Right.
We work too hard.
It's
to look
gonna be
this good.
on and popping. And this sister across from me is strong. She already told you that. She's stronger than me. She's a trainer. She does weights and everything. She will whip your ass to the rope like
Don't
Oprah.
mess.
Don't touch her.
Don't mess.
And nothing she's got on.
Don't mess with.
Don't even think it.
Don't even. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So we love fashion here in Detroit.
Chicago, same way. Black women all
Yeah.
across the world, right? We ain't playing that mess. Like,
Nope.
you know, the first lady couldn't wear a fur for the president. I would have had on a fur that would
hello.
have been a killer fur.
You're not going to tell me
I
what
don't
can
give a
and can't.
damn what you think about it either.
Right.
You ain't got to look at it. You ain't got to touch it.
Exactly.
Turn around, face the
Just-
wall. Don't face me, and don't say nothing to
Exactly.
me.
Don't say
Right.
anything. Because you might be wearing the makeup that was tested on animals.
Right.
So don't be a hypocrite.
Animals are animals, all
Right.
right? That's what here for us, right?
Don't be a hypocrite. About because you wear makeup that was the makeup was tested on animals.
I don't
So-
care.
Right.
Just, you peddle those papers my mama said on the other side of the street.
Right.
Because I ain't the one. I'll let you know up front and in a hurry.
Right.
Now then you might need your gun. Because I ain't
That's
playing
when
this
you-
game. I'm not playing this game.
No. But and I don't see those things happening here in Michigan.
No, you don't.
No,
You don't.
Because,
You don't. You don't.
And I have clients from different states. I have Canada and New Jersey, Ohio, California, and so it's been a wonderful. I have the best customers in the world.
Yes, you do.
I do.
So your furs are your primary?
Yes, my furs are.
You have gorgeous furs.
Thank you so much.
Pre-owned furs that are
Pre-owned
just
and new.
fabulous and new.
And new.
Right,
Yes.
that just came straight from a furrier who was liquidating or something, and then you
Exactly.
got them. So you're all set. So you need. What's the address for the?
So it's called My Refined Resale and Boutique. We're on 14 Mile. We're on Woodward, close to 14 Mile. The address is 32923 Woodward Avenue in Royal Oak, Michigan. And the phone number is 248-549-7000.
Can you say all of that again for our audience?
Yes, absolutely. My Refined Resale and Boutique.
Which is owned by you,
Which is owned
attorney Anita Jennings.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
The address is 32923 Woodward Avenue in Royal Oak, Michigan. Corner of 14 Mile in Woodward.
Okay, and your hours?
We are open Tuesday through Friday, 12 to 6, and Saturdays, 11:30 to 5.
Well, you heard it first here, so if you want to be really sharp, I was there, ladies and gentlemen. She has red furs, purple furs, foxes, every kind of fur, but especially mink. I mean, the whole place is like mink, which is wonderful, which I love. And I love natural skins and I love furs. And
Yes.
I just want to thank you so much, Attorney Anita Jennings, for being a guest today on Chop It Up with myself, Attorney Linda Bernard, who's also a police commissioner here in the city of Detroit. We'll have to have you back. You're a fascinating woman. You've broken every single stereotype.
Oh, thank
You're
you.
African American, but you're also a personal trainer and a fitness person, and you're fit. You're you've spent time in Asia and in Mexico. You're an African American woman. They're not usually there. You're an African American woman who's a salsa champion. Salsa champion. And you're a phenomenal person. You are truly what Maya Angelou says. You are a phenomenal woman.
Oh,
Thank you for being my guest today.
Thank you. Bless you.